United States is scaling back its troop presence on NATO's eastern flank, a move confirmed by Romania's Defence Minister Ionut Mosteanu, who said Washington's focus is shifting toward the Indo-Pacific. The Pentagon's decision involves halting the rotation of the Army's 2nd Infantry Brigade combat team from the 101st Airborne Division, reducing the number of US troops in Romania from over 1,700 to around 1,000.
It is important to say that the American decision is not a withdrawal, but to stop the rotation in Europe of a brigade that had elements in several NATO countries, like Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, and Slovakia. About 1,000 US troops will remain in the country, and they will continue to contribute to deterrence of any threats and represent a guarantee of the US commitment to regional security.
Mosteanu clarified that the move is part of a broader reassessment of America's global force posture announced earlier this year. He added that the US had formally notified its NATO partners, including Romania, and that critical facilities like the Devaselu missile defense system and Câmpia Turzii air base would remain fully operational.
The missile defense system at Devaselu remains functional. The airbase at Câmpia Turzii continues to be an essential point for air operations and allied collaboration. The Mihail Kogalniceanu base continues to be developed, and the American flag will be in all 3 of these points.
Meanwhile, Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico called the US move pragmatic, aligning it with President Trump's America First approach.
Europe lived luxuriously, relying on the presence of American troops. We had the feeling that everything works. America first. Therefore, if this decision comes to reduce the presence of American troops in Europe, it exactly corresponds to the rational and pragmatic view of the American president.
Fico said he does not feel threatened by the US decision, and instead views it as a sign of Trump's realism, even as he doubled down on refusing further Slovak funding for Ukraine's military efforts.
But I definitely don't feel that I am threatened, certainly not. For me, this does not mean that. For me, it is just confirmation that President Trump is an absolutely pragmatic person.
The Pentagon insists the adjustment does not amount to a US withdrawal from Europe, but rather reflects growing European defense readiness. NATO says overall US troop levels in Europe remain higher than before 2022, when the Russia-Ukraine war began. Still, officials in Poland and Lithuania voiced concern about the lack of prior consultation, warning of potential deterrence gaps along the eastern flank. For now, Washington's shift signals a balancing act, encouraging European allies to take on greater defense responsibility while the US refocuses on strategic challenges in the Indo-Pacific.